How's it going, YouTube? This is Trainer JI, and today we are going to start a new series. We're going to call this one Pokemon Laboratory or Pokemon Card Laboratory. I'm not exactly sure. I guess I'll have that up at the time of posting this. That's after the infamous PCL or Pokemon Card Laboratory card, but we're going to just do experiments at random here and there. Not too often. It's going to be whenever we have candidates to do experiments on. So in this case, we have two PSA 4s here. Might as well just use them to crack out and see what we can learn and see what we can figure out. In this one, we're going to test. This is pliers that I picked up a little while ago. Real heavy duty, front face cutting. So it's like an end cutter. So in this case, you can really grab onto the edge of the card to make sure that you're not getting too close to edge of the case. So you're not getting too close to the card. It works really well. I've had some good success with this, and I will be putting a Amazon affiliate link in the bottom. These are not expensive. I think I'm looking at it right now. This one is $10. For me, it worked. There's also a smaller version that I didn't buy for $8.79. This is an 8-inch. That is apparently a 7-inch. Inches describing length this way. The 7-inch might actually be better, but I really don't know. It's going to do the same job regardless, but it's more so like your hand grip. I have smaller hands. Maybe I should have went with the 7. But yeah, we're going to test this out. And then, oddly enough, my dad dropped this off the other day. We have a family heirloom here. This is a walnut cracker or a nut cracker that he said that he believes is my great-great-grandpa's. Like, they were using it. So this thing's probably like, I don't know, like 70 to 100 years old or something. Like something insane. It's not worth much of anything as far as like value. I looked them up. These were pretty common back then. I guess this whole alligator thing was a big hit. So I'm not really sure what that was about. But the reason I want to test this is because if you look right here and right here, it's got a base where it like wedges in, and then it has this nub, which should, just like it cracks the nut, break the case open. I did test it real quick. You can see here on the bottom of this one. So I guess we'll make sure we use this one for this. And it immediately, as soon as I pinched it, it started to crack. So we're going to test this out as an experimental, and then this is the tried and true. So I'm going to turn the light on. It's going to get a little glary with some of these things, but so we can see a little better. I'm also probably not very intelligent doing this inside, considering we're going to get some plastic shrapnel. I do suggest if you crack cases, like no joke, these aren't bad with it, but if you're using something else, I honestly wouldn't be afraid to wear safety glasses if I were. I know that sounds crazy. It might sound overcautious, but dude, like I've seen pieces of these fly literally like 30 feet across the room, like depending on how you're breaking them. And if you get hit in the eye with that, I can promise you it's not going to feel great. And you might feel stupid wearing safety glasses, but at the same time, you're going to feel real stupid if you crack a case and end up taking some shrapnel to the eye and damaging your eye. So just a word of caution there. So let's try this out. Again, it's like just a clamping. It's just, honestly, it's the same deal as this, just with a nub up here. And again, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. So like, that's why I'm using this as like an experimental thing. Cause I mean, where do you find like something, maybe like a hole puncher or something, but even then, like it doesn't have the strength and the leverage this probably has. So let's try this out, see what happens, see if we can actually get this open. Yeah, we'll put it right there, right where I did earlier. Maybe not going to work as good as I thought. And some of you might know, if one of these cards gets damaged, it's apparently a PSA 4, so you're just going to have to deal with it. Oh, well, we took an alligator-sized, bite out of that. Also, my stepson just got home from school, and I know my dog's about to bark. So just be aware that, he seems to be trying to jump in all the videos. That actually, that actually didn't do too bad, though. So let's try let's try a corner up top here. Let's try this. Let's take a bigger bite. See, it's not, when you take a bigger bite, it's not doing what I was kind of hoping. How about a little bite? Maybe if this nub was longer, we'd have a little better, or what if I just put it down and probably use it as it was intended? No. All right, well, let's take a bite. I'm a little disappointed. I thought this was going to work better. Ooh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's working. It just doesn't look pretty. We haven't damaged the card yet. All right, well, that is not what you want at the end of the day. You don't want pieces coming off like this. Yeah, there's the dog. We did, oh, look, see, we got the label out, see? Yeah, brand new, right? So, we have this piece of shrapnel, which, the only nice thing right now, we're not getting explosions, which is good. All right, so we got this to here. I feel like we shouldn't even use this anymore. We should just try to peel this off. Yeah, all right, well, so very unorthodox, not pretty at all, very sketchy if you were actually cracking something you were actually worried about, like getting damaged. Let's see, there we go, we got the dent in here, that's what happened. I don't know why I would have sent this in, but maybe they did it, who knows. But at the end of the day, we're diverting from what we're actually doing here. This actually worked. It worked, not great. I was hoping a little better, to be honest. I thought that'd be kind of cool, that something like this. I think, honestly, if this nub was a little bit bigger, it would have pierced it, cracked it, and then, like, you could have just twisted, and it would have kind of, like, ripped nicer pieces off. But it did work. I mean, it did work. So how can you be upset with something that actually worked? So, all right, well, that was cool. Let's actually use the device that is intended to hopefully crack these efficiently. Put Larvitar to the side, put him out of harm's way, even though he is dented and not in great shape. And next up, we have this Minin. Again, this thing's called the Work Pro 8-inch nail puller. I know it sounds super gimmicky, like I'm like sponsored by these guys. I am absolutely not. This literally was just something I saw online, and I wanted a better option, and it seemed like it was good. First couple times I've used it, worked absolutely flawlessly. So we'll try it again. So again, this is like a front cutting, like an end cutter. So the goal is to get it around the card and then kind of pull up to the edge. Like there's like a groove, at least on the newer ones, there's a groove on the PSA case, and that's the best part about it. It kind of just like fits in. So like right now, the thing's like locked in. So then you just crunch, and we did get a little shrapnel from the corner, but I mean, you just get a nice clean edge break. And the goal here is to hopefully go all the way around, and then it should just come off. So is this efficient as far as speed goes? I mean, if you're speed cracking, I don't know what you're doing grading that stuff to begin with, but you know, this probably isn't the best thing for you. But if you're speed cracking, yeah, sure, probably not the best. But see, like, just cracks right off the side, takes a nice healthy chunk, and then you move on, get to the edge. Just make sure you get to the edge, because if you don't get to the edge, you're gonna end up crunching the card. So take that all, and again, this is pretty effortlessly, especially compared to that last one. We got a little shrapnel there. Not too bad though. Probably not smart to be doing this on a brand new mat I just got too, but again, I mean, that's what these are for. So right, grab onto this, and again, this might not look super efficient compared to the other one, but it is working. So yeah, don't be afraid to use the table as leverage for yourself. So we're about, I mean, you can already see, like, it literally just, we've cut the edges, and it literally is just ready to pop off. And just keep going around. All right, so at this point, I mean, you can see we could cut this, but there really is no point, because we can literally just go like this. What is up here? Oh, a piece of it flew in there apparently. Okay, well, that's not necessarily great, but it might be better. I'm thinking, see, I don't crack too many cards, so this is still a learning process for me. I'm thinking it might be better to start at the top, because if you start at the top, you're staying away from the card here, and you hit the side, and then you peel up from the top off the bottom. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. It still did its job. It still did the exact thing it was supposed to do. And again, slower. Again, this almost seems like... This sucks because, like, I feel like I wouldn't send something like this in if it was dented like this. And this is one of those moments where you almost feel like this is a classic case of PSA. Having a little bit of the case of the Mondays, or maybe trying to get out early on a Friday. Because this is, like, the same deal. I mean, it's got, like, a different dent, but... I don't know. Can't blame for sure. Could exactly be my fault. Just weird that these two are both in the same order, both graded a 4. I don't know. A little strange. But, yeah. I feel like I could have probably done this a little more efficiently. So don't use my example as to how effective this tool is. This is a very effective tool. Also, recording this and sitting down doing this. Last time I did this, I was at our workbench. It seemed like it standing up and doing it like that worked a little bit better. But, yeah. I'll put a link to this tool in the description. Again, you may want to go with the smaller 7-inch. They're only $10, so if you get this, at worst case scenario, you put this in your toolbox, use it for something else around the house. It is a nail puller and an end cutter, so it's going to do its job just like that. But, yeah, it works well for this. Just not efficient. This is more so if you're trying to crack something that maybe you actually care about and you're trying to get out, whereas... You know, we use the Heirloom for the situation where you just didn't care and you're just ripping things apart. So, yeah. Well, pretty happy with this. But, yeah, this could have been better. So, yeah, this was fun. This is something I'm going to do, but pretty much only when I get the chance with having lower grade stuff like this to crack. I mean, maybe I'll crack something more expensive if I actually plan on cracking it, but like I said, I don't really crack too much stuff. I'm not really into that. I know a lot of guys out there, I mean, they're getting an order in, taking the 10s, looking at the 9s, cracking like half of them and resubbing. I mean, if you're doing that, it is what it is. It's not really my jam, but yeah. We'll do this again. We'll do some other cool things. I have a swimming pool. I was thinking about maybe doing like an underwater test, like with one of the cases. I have a skid loader doing like a test, trying to crack one open with a bucket and stuff like that. I mean, we'll do all kinds of fun stuff with this series. This will be like one of those things where maybe I only do like one video a month, or maybe even one every 2 months. But yeah, if you guys like this and it's something you want me to do more of, yeah, let me know. Again, this is kind of like this is an experimental type thing, but yeah, Pokemon Card Laboratory, first video. All right, guys, as always, like, subscribe, comment down below, or don't, but either way, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you.